What's going on, everyone? This is Beyond Mind, a channel for helping you go beyond your mind and find more joy, peace, um, and love and insights and understanding in everyday life. In this video, I'm going to be talking about something important. Um, Unlike my last couple of videos, I've done, not that they weren't necessarily important, but they were mostly just certain ways of doing things. But this one's going to be a little different. I'm going to try and make it very short, no more than 6 or 7 minutes, depending on how long I speak for. But basically, this video is about how this video is going to be called something like "Listen to Your Higher Voice." So, what is your higher voice? Well, you could think of it as like the thoughts that have the highest vibration or the highest thoughts that you might be thinking. And there's actually a voice that you might hear in your heart that is even that's what you would call pure love. It's like the highest voice. It's the highest thought, and that's what you should be listening to. Not necessarily that you should be listening to, but if you want to find more understanding and wisdom and compassion and love, which is really what this whole channel is about, because the reason why people have so many problems with each other and other people and themselves and the world and whatever else is because they don't have understanding, they don't have wisdom, they don't have compassion, they don't have love. And without these things, you have your mind, and all the mind knows how to do is to react to things, because the mind is only past. I've talked about this in my Beyond Mind podcast, which I might make a video about later, depending on what happens today. But basically, your mind is only past. The only things it really knows how to do is to react to things, latch on to things, label things, analyze things, this type of thing. But that's not what we're looking for here, because we're in the present. The mind is what you would call past, inside of you. And so what we're looking for is what I call the higher voice, which is basically what's found inside of the heart. The heart is like the gateway to the soul, which is basically what we're talking about here. The higher voice, whatever that takes. So your highest vision of yourself could be a good example of looking at this, but it's also more than this, because it's your higher understandings, there's like a higher voice that's made up of love and compassion and understanding, and wisdom, and patience, and this type of thing. And this is what you can find in your heart. You can ask the question, what is the highest message? What is the highest message my heart would say to me right now? And try and see if you can notice it. It's not necessarily a thought, although there may be words and thoughts in there, but it's also a feeling. It's a feeling of love and understanding, and it's really beyond words to try and describe, but it's in your heart. So try and see if you can notice that message, and whatever that message is, just go with it. Just especially if it has these sort of qualities, and even if it's only in like a small degree. So there's a lot more that I could talk about with this particular episode, but I'm going to leave it here because I think I covered it pretty well. If you have any questions or comments, leave a comment below, or you can find me on Twitter at Beyond Minds with a Z, or you could find me on Anchor or any other podcast by the title. My podcast title is called Beyond Mind. I might have to try and find the links for them and share them in the descriptions of future videos. But anyways, this is Beyond Mind, and I'll talk to you on the next podcast.